morning. Thanks for joining us. Today is Tuesday, September 25th. I'm Daniel Shedd, filling in for Lauren Barnes.
That's right. I'm Joe Morano. New home. What do you think?
New home for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah. It's new temporary home. You okay with it?
I'm going to be all right with it. We're still getting the vibes here. It's a much smaller space than what we're used to.
Yeah,
but we're going to make it work.
We'll explain about this a little bit later on. It's still same us, same newscast, same mug that I have.
There you go.
We're doing okay.
Got to have that coffee in the morning.
Exactly.
Come on.
And of course, Elisa Rappa is over there in the weather lab. She joins us with your forecast first.
And I have a different green screen, but yeah, of course, it doesn't look any different at home. It's 68 degrees in Branson this morning. We do have a couple of clouds out there, calm winds, and a very moist air mass in place. So we do have some patchy to locally dense fog, especially to the south and east where the air is most moist. 4 miles visibility in Branson, a quarter mile in West Plains, and 3/4 of a mile in Mountain Home. So just take your time and take it easy if you do run into these spots of very low visibility this morning. Radar, not too much going on. We had a couple of spotty showers over in south central Missouri here this morning. We have just a couple of those spotty showers out there now. Temperatures are warm at 69 degrees in Springfield, 68 in Branson, and 70 in Mountain Grove. Things are still muggy and humid ahead of a cold front that's going to come through later on this afternoon. I do think we'll be more or less dry, maybe some spotty showers through the first half of the day, and then we'll have those storms come through later on this afternoon and evening. So for this morning, 68 degrees with some patchy fog at the bus stop. By dismissal, 81 with a few showers. Details on the cold front. We'll do that in 10 minutes.
We need to start with some new information this morning as we know the name of the teen killed last night after a car accident in Galena. 16-year-old Lawrence Carter was traveling westbound on Missouri 176 before 5 p.m. when his truck traveled off the right side of the road. After overcorrecting, the car returned to the road and went off the other side. The vehicle overturned, striking 2 road signs. Carter was ejected from the vehicle and pronounced dead at the scene by the Stone County Deputy Coroner.
And some more local news this morning. Missouri State University is condemning racial slurs that were directed to black students from some people who attended the Trump rally on Friday. In a tweet, the school said personal attacks and vulgar language were directed towards students of color, saying it's unacceptable. Color 10 spoke to one student who says the university should have never held an event on campus that they knew had the potential to be hostile for minority students. The university, on the other hand, says it's a state institution, which means they cannot discriminate on who rents JQH Arena.
This was dangerous, and for you to say we had no choice, then students shouldn't go here. If they're not going to put in measures to protect you from something that has obviously targeted you, you do not need to be here.
Now, Missouri State President Cliff Smart is expected to meet with students to address their concerns about President Trump's rally, along with emphasizing the university's support of having a diverse campus.
3 bills council members voted on at the city council meeting last night are the Idea Commons project, the grant to fund fingerprint ID services in the police department, and approval of a new family justice center. Council voted to allow the city to make improvements to infrastructure needed for the Idea Commons project. Now, this includes fixing flooding issues, buildings, streets, and sidewalks. Also, the council voted to accept a $106,000 grant from the Missouri Police Chiefs Charitable Foundation. The grant helps the city purchase field units where police officers can take fingerprints in the field rather than taking someone back to the station. Lastly, the council also approved an agreement that will support the new Family Justice Center.
And the purpose is to focus on domestic violence. This has been a result of what the county was able to pass in its half-cent sales tax last November, and also what the city passed in renewing the level property tax. And so this is an exciting part. We want to address domestic violence. We know how big of an issue it is.
The Justice Center is expected to open next Monday. All the votes on these 3 issues were unanimous.
Now to a follow-up story this morning. Missouri's Attorney General is urging a Taney County judge to not drop lawsuits filed against several companies operating duck boats down in Branson. This comes after 17 people were killed in July after a duck boat sank on Table Rock Lake. Earlier this month, Ripley Entertainment and Branson Duck Vehicles filed motions to drop the case and to move it to federal court. Josh Hawley says that if that were to happen, it would delay the state's enforcement action. Hawley's office is arguing the companies did not properly brief passengers about safety hazards.
Some election coverage for you. If you live in Greene County, you can get your absentee ballots for the November 6th election starting today. If you can't make it to your polling place in November, you'll need to go to the county clerk's office on North Boonville Avenue to vote. Bring a valid form of ID and you can vote absentee between 8 and 5 until Monday, October 22nd. After that, voting hours will be extended until Monday, November 5th.
Well, it's been a change of pace for Governor Mike Parson since taking over as governor about 6 months ago. He says he still calls his farm in Bolivar home. Tom Trtan with Ozarks Live was invited to catch up with him there. Governor Parson says he still works on that farm daily. His work in Jefferson City, though, is focused on two priorities: infrastructure and workforce development. The two also talked about the personal sacrifices that come along with being a public servant and the governor's hope for the job.
You know, my hope is when, as governor of the state of Missouri, and me personally, when this career is over, because it's going to be over in 2.5 years or 6.5 years, whatever that time frame is. You know, I hope at the end of the day I'll be able to look back on that, or people will be able to look back on that, and you know, and they'll say, you know, Mike Parson did a pretty good job when he was there. And if they say that, then I'll feel like my career is complete and that we did a few good things for the people of this state.
Now, the governor also adds that after his time in office, he's going to go back to that farm in Bolivar and continue to work.
And some good news this morning. Registration is open for the Thanksgiving Day Turkey Trot. An early bird discount is available now until November 16th. It'll cost you $20 for adults and $15 for kids 12 and under. It's a 5K run walk that starts at 8 a.m. in downtown Springfield. Proceeds from the event benefit local kids and the Ozarks Food Harvest. You just need to go to ozarksfirst.com to register. So as we said before, you'd probably noticed this new set. What do you think?
The elephant in the room.
Yeah, of course. We got to address this, guys, right now, right? So we need to show you guys our old studio, what it looks like now. It's not much of anything. No, right?
Our engineers were hard at work really all yesterday. That was kind of demo day. Yeah. It took me back to watching kind of like Chip and Joanna Gaines. It was just very, they brought out the power tools and bam.
That's where we used to sit right there. Oh, boy.
And this is weird for me. I've seen that studio. It's been in place for 9 years. I've seen it that way for 6.
Really?
So a change of pace is like, whoa. I know David Oliver posted on his Facebook page kind of the same thing of, man, this is weird.
That's a lot of lumber around there, right? The demolition's happening. So we'll be in here in this separate studio, right? And you know, just we've asked that you pardon the progress for a little bit.